We continue our coverage of the legal fallout from the insurrection. A former Houston police officer pleaded guilty today for his involvement in the Capitol riots. The Justice Department says the officer was caught up after his chief received a tip. Our chief investigative reporter Eric Flack, live in the studio tonight, has more on this case. And Flack, this is not the first police officer to be arrested for storming the Capitol. You've talked about several.
Yeah, that's right, Les. You know, the former Houston police officer is at least the 15th law enforcement officer to be arrested for crimes connected to the Capitol riots. The Department of Justice saying this officer didn't exactly do a thorough job when he tried to delete the evidence. According to charging documents filed by the government, 49-year-old Tam Dinh Pham told FBI investigators he briefly attended President Trump's Stop the Steal rally on January 6th, but initially denied going to the Capitol. The agents then asked Pham if they could look at the pictures on his cell phone during the time he was in D.C., but they noticed there were no photos in the album from January 6th, the day of the Capitol riot. Court records show one of the special agents asked if she could take a look at Pham's deleted photo album, which Pham had not cleared out. The agent then finding pictures and videos that were readily identifiable of Pham inside the Capitol Rotunda. On Twitter, Houston Police Chief Art Acevedo says he received a tip Pham was part of the mob that stormed the Capitol and immediately launched an investigation, according to a statement released on the chief's Twitter page. Pham was placed on administrative leave and later turned in his resignation. The chief says the department is now auditing the arrest made by Pham while he was a Houston police officer to, quote, ensure there are no irregularities. Monday, Pham pled guilty to parading, demonstrating, or picketing inside the Capitol building, a petty misdemeanor. 3 other charges were dropped by the Department of Justice as part of the plea agreement. Pham faces a maximum 6-month prison sentence, although if he does not have a significant criminal history, it is possible he will receive probation. He's going to be sentenced December 9th, Les.
Yeah, now before you go, even as these former police officers and some of the other Capitol riot defendants pled guilty, others are preparing to fight these charges, even with all the evidence at trial, right?
Yeah, a good number of them are planning to go to trial, and that's leading to an ongoing fight between some defense attorneys and government prosecutors over the release of video from January 6th. In 2 different Capitol riot hearings I listened to today, defense attorneys asked judges to start putting the pressure on the government to hand over police body-worn camera and other videos which might show evidence that some police waved rioters past police lines and even removed barricades that could be used as a defense in court for those who are mostly accused of trespassing but not any violent acts. Those prosecutors telling the judges today that as much as 23 hours of police body cam footage from January 6th could be made available to defense attorneys by the end of the week. That's a lot of footage to go through.
2,300 hours. Yeah. Somebody's got to go through all of it, and you got to believe if it's released, somebody will. All right, E, thank you. Our team is covering every step of the legal process for the accused insurrectionists, and you can keep up with our work on your schedule. Sign up on our website for our Capitol Riots newsletter.